Hi friends, if you're new here, my name is Allison and I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and I'm here to encourage you to put on and readjust your crown and be the king, queen, priestess of your own world, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to connect with yourself. In these Moon Energy Report videos, we will talk about the current week and the energy of the moon and the zodiac that we will be flowing throughout the week. We are following along in the Just a Phase moon planner. We are going to just take a few minutes to take a deep breath, to recite a mantra with a mala 108 times. This is something quick and easy for you to do to help start your week off with intention and with grounded and centeredness. It only takes a few minutes. We are also going to connect with a specific chakra for the week and choose a chakra oracle card for the collective and the community here. And we will also choose a random oracle card to connect with for the week. This helps us to really just start the week off with intention and connect. So I will leave you with future Allison, and I hope that you come along and start your week with us. Grab a cozy beverage, take a deep breath, roll your shoulders back, and start the week off with intention. The Just a Phase Moon Planner gives you all of the information that you need to learn about the moon phases and to start following along with the moon. This includes zodiac information and seasonal information. Every month starts on the new moon and provides activities as well as space to set intentions and plenty of blank space. Weekly vertical spreads provide plenty of room to plan your day as well as set intentions and pull weekly cards. Full moon information as well as more activities and more blank space to create the month and make it as creative and unique as you are. Join a community of fellow moon lovers to discuss, plan, dream, set intentions, and to share your experience. Together, at the end of the year, we will reflect on the entire year and start planning for the year ahead. All of this is getting into flow with the cycle of the seasons, the year, the moon phases, as well as your own personal birth chart and cycle. Order your copy of the Just a Phase Moon Planner today to finish out the rest of 2022 by getting in touch with yourself and the moon. Hi, good morning friends, and welcome to our last quarter in Aries and Summer Solstice week. Lots of fire energy going on here. Obviously, we're going to be working with the Solar Plexus Chakra today in honor of celebrating the summer solstice and the peak of the solar season. We're also going to be working with some fairy energy today. I was just feeling called to work with that, and I've got this wonderful new deck to work with that was gifted to me and the community here by one of our community members. So I'm so excited to work with this deck today. Let's just jump in with our mantra for our solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus is located in the center of your abdomen, above your belly button, but below your heart. The seed mantra that activates that chakra is RAM, R-A-M. We are listening to 528 hertz solfeggio frequency, so I'm going to turn that up for us while we do our chant. And here we go. Ram, 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 There's a lot of power going on there on my end. This beautiful book that comes with the fairy oracle that we are going to be using today. It's a nice hardcover book, and it just did not want to sit up there, and it knocked everything over. So let us pick a chakra card to focus on for today, for this week. Anybody who's watching now or anybody who's watching later, what solar plexus messages do we need? Self-trust. The time has come to really trust who you are and love yourself fully. If there are parts of you that are out of alignment with your faith or your values, call them into alignment now so that you feel better and more integrated. Then trust your intuition and inner knowing without question, going as much as you can with the flow of your desires and passions. Cultivate your higher self as a trusted ally and seek its voice in meditation. The crystal they recommend is citrine, and the herb is melissa, also known as lemon balm. So that first line, the time has come to really trust who you are and love yourself fully, just reminded me of a poem from Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, this is totally unrelated to the card, but I pulled up the quote I was thinking of. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings. It's from the Walrus and the Carpenter poem from Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why. The time has come to really trust who you are and love yourself fully. I don't know why that reminded me of it. Just the time has come part is there, I guess. Okay. So, let me shuffle this beautiful fairy deck. Ooh, one wants to pop out already. Oh, no, that was just scrap paper. Okay, so, I will shuffle the deck here while we go through the energy for the week. Look at that beautiful sun. What are your plans for the summer solstice? Hopefully at some point you can get outside and soak up the rays. But here we are on Monday. We are starting off in Pisces, carrying over from the end of last week. And then and on the East Coast, a little before midnight, we'll move into Aries. For those of you on the West Coast, you will probably not enter, or you won't enter Aries until early Tuesday morning. So we're starting off the week, like I said, in Pisces. It's watery, dreamy energy. That may have been why I was feeling connected to fairy energy today. I'm just feeling like that. I'm almost kind of feeling more of like a Beltane energy, to be honest, even though it's the summer solstice. But yeah, I just have that like watery, dreamy feeling. So maybe start the week off a little bit easier. Not putting too much to do on your plate. But we will kick into Aries tomorrow or early Tuesday morning. And that will hopefully like give you a little spark and a boost. I really love that transition from Pisces to Aries because I feel like if I stayed in Pisces for a little bit longer than that, it would be like I'd be flying off in outer space, or if we're talking about water here, I might like sink to the bottom of the ocean or something. So I just really like that transition. It's a little spark to perk you up a little bit, kick you in the butt. Aries season is right at the beginning of spring, where we're just like bursting with energy and plants are popping out of the ground and everything like that. So it's kind of fun that we're having this fire energy on the summer solstice. Very exciting to have that fire, 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 sun, sun, sun energy. And that will carry us for Tuesday and Wednesday. So I would put like most of your energetic things on those days. Obviously, if hopefully you have time to celebrate. If not, you may have done so over the weekend, or maybe plan on celebrating this weekend and taking the chance and getting outside and soaking up some sunshine. If you're not able to celebrate during this time, use the Aries energy to be really productive. And because we have the last quarter energy here, where the moon is still half lit, but it's going to continue to decrease. So if you've got things that you need to get done before the new moon, then I would get them done on these days, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then early Thursday morning around 7:58 a.m. we'll move into Taurus. So Taurus energy is earth and grounded and stable. It's a little bit more lax than like the strict Capricorn that we had last week. And the very organized Virgo. It's a little bit more, it's strong, and it's more of like a comforting earth energy, strong, stable. I think of very protective energy. That could personally just be me, so always keep track in your mood trackers of how this energy reflects for you. My father was a Taurus, so that divine masculine fatherly energy I associate with Taurus energy as well. So that could just be me. So make sure that you're tracking your own mood and seeing how you relate to the different energies of the moon. And the reason, I haven't said this in a while, so maybe now is the time to speak up about, speaking of mood trackers and how you specifically feel, is so the reason that we are specifically tracking mood with our tracker is because the moon is associated with our emotions. This is how we feel on the inside, versus our solar energy or our sun sign is how we project and are externally perceived. So that is why we track mood. But however, I always recommend to be using writing down if you ate something weird, or if you did or didn't use drugs or alcohol on this day, or did or did not have sugar or caffeine, because the things that we are putting inside of our body does reflect our mood. So Taurus energy might be different for you than it is for me, and that is the beauty of how unique and different we all are. So Taurus energy for me, on a Taurus day, I like to do things that physically strengthen my body. So basically I try to figure out some way to incorporate self-care into all of the zodiac signs, because I am a massage therapist. That is my profession. So self-care, feeling good, and being comfortable is an important aspect of my job and my life. However, I think that not enough of us in society, and it's not really encouraged to take care of ourselves. So why not pick, if you really connect to Taurus energy and you feel really good on Taurus days, why not make that a self-care day? Have that, and it can be like a physical body self-care day, whether that's exercise or getting your hair done, getting your nails done, going shopping, picking out something nice, getting a nice piece of furniture. This can also be like beautifying the home, because again, Taurus is related to Venus, which is the planet of love. So this is like beautiful, physical, tangible things that you can touch and feel and experience with Taurus energy. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, most of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will be in Taurus energy. So that's a really big part of this week, because we won't move into Gemini until 7:14 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So we'll only be experiencing Gemini energy for all day Sunday and the end of the evening on Saturday. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury. This is the planet of communication. Gemini is symbolized by the twins. So this is like very dualistic nature that Gemini, it helps communicate all of the aspects of myself. Expression is a good one. So expressing the light, expressing the dark, finding a middle ground for those things, and expressing that median and that balance. So a waning Gemini day is a very good journaling day. We're getting closer to the new moon. The energy is waning. You could start to like reflect on or communicate what you're thinking about. Start jotting down some plans, making some lists, making some notes. I'm a really big advocate of writing things down, obviously, because I still use a paper planner. But writing is magic to me, and Gemini is the sign of expression, and written expression is very, very important to me. So we have a lot of energy going on this week. We start off with water, then we move into fire, we come back down to earth, and then we raise our vibration with air, the wisdom of air energy. Let's pick a card for this week. What do the fairies have to say? So this is fairies. This is for the week of June 20th through June 26th. This is our summer solstice week. We've got lots of energy flowing through this week. What messages do you have today? We're focusing on the Solar Plexus Chakra. We're talking about self-trust. What messages do the fairies have? I'm so excited to work with this deck. Is the suspense killing you? We have the Lady of the Harvest. Interesting. So this is like a very fall energy card that we have here. Let me do this. And immediately the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed this was the Lady of the Harvest is the summer solstice is like the last, or it's leading us from spring into summer, and summer is going to bring us into the harvest season. The first harvest is actually on August 2nd, next month. So I don't know. I just thought of like we're going to be like seeing things come to fruition during the solar energy. Oh gosh, how do I find these? Number 18. All right, the Lady of the Harvest. After we have experienced the nurturing and fulfillment of the bright mother, the Lady of the Harvest, also called the Old Woman or Crone, helps us to let go of what is finished and liberate ourselves to move on to the next phase of our activities and relationships. As in the natural world, the old becomes compost for the new growth in our lives. The Lady helps us to adapt to change and release. Often we associate the Lady of the Harvest with loss, regret, and grief, and often we are right to do so. The basic phases of grief are shock, denial, anger, guilt, emotional storm, acceptance, regaining of perspective, the beginning of healing, and the deepening of our capacity to love. The Lady of the Harvest understands grief and is patient and kind as we go through the sometimes painful process of letting go. We may well need to be patient and kind with ourselves. We should note here that the grieving process is the same for little losses and large ones. Only the time scale and the intensity of the emotions vary, but they vary enormously. We might go through all the grieving stages of a small loss in a few minutes, while it may take years for greater loss. On the other side of this letting go business, there are many things that make us lighter and happier when we release them. Old traumas, tasks, or stages in our lives that we are glad to have finished, unhappy relationships or feelings that cause us pain and inhibit our growth. Sometimes we simply comfortably finish with one aspect of our lives and move on to the next happily anticipated one. Such releases are cause for celebration, and the old woman joyfully celebrates with us. In this card, we see both the patient aspects of loss and the joyous celebration of liberation. When we liberate something in ourselves or in our world, we grow to be more like the Lady of the Harvest, developing her capacities within us. The meaning of this card, or the divination of this card, is it is time to accept change, to move on to the next phase. Power and strength in the present and future come from releasing the past. This is a time of liberation, and we might as well cooperate with it. It will happen whether we want it to or not. Release and liberation may be painful or joyful, depending on the circumstances. Cry if you need to, be joyful if that is appropriate, but in either case, trust the process, acknowledge that what you feel, and prepare to move on. I really like this card for this week, even though we're celebrating the summer solstice. We're celebrating the peak of fruition, and this is talking about fall and compost and harvest. However, when I recognized that we had last week we had the full moon in Sagittarius, and then when I saw that the last quarter was going to be in Aries, I felt like, and on the summer solstice, I felt like this energy was very much so going to be about burning away the old. And you can look at this in so many different aspects of our lives. This might be like the first summer that some of us have taken a vacation since 2020. This is vacation. Everything is looking different, and I think that we are finally getting to a point where we're able to let go of that old way of living and moving on to this new normal that we used to call it. And I think we're finally recognizing that we want the new normal. We want the new normal. We want these new things and these changes to happen. So I think that what this card is kind of telling us as a collective is that this summer solstice, we are celebrating, like, obviously the transition from spring into summer. We're grieving spring. We're grieving that germination process, because that germination process was really safe and protected, and we were giving our little seedlings everything that they needed. Summertime is about just letting things like overflow and grow like crazy. So this isn't a protective time. This is a outward, expressive, explosive, fiery season. And having all of this fire is transformation by burning things down and really making that compost. Like burning things and using ashes as compost is like bringing things down to the molecular level and truly starting totally fresh, but using that essence and that nutrients that we get from ashes to build something new. So I really feel like we are using this fire to burn away things, like burn it. That's truly letting go of it, because we can uproot things and compost it, but it could grow out of the compost. It can come back and sprout again, especially, or if there's like any roots left in there somewhere, left in your body somewhere that you thought you pulled out all the roots, but there's still something left in there. that can sprout again. So by burning things, by truly burning it, I can't take this card and burn it and then glue the ashes together and mold them into a paper shape. I'll never get this card again, you know? So look at yourself and look at the things that you truly want to let go of, that you do not want to be a part of who you are anymore. Look at it, love and respect it for what it gave you in the past. But when we burn it, it's gone forever. It's gone forever. The phoenix can rise from the ashes, but it's in a totally new, in a new transformative way. It's a totally different thing, and we can do that with our own transformation. We can say goodbye to these parts of ourselves that we don't want anymore, and never go back to that. We're taking that step towards being new and being better and being whole. So wow, thank the fairies for this wonderful, wonderful fairy message for us today. So excited to work on this book. We will be, with this deck, sorry, we will be using this deck for our Summer Solstice readings on Twitch for our Tuesday night tarot night on Twitch. So yay! I'm so excited to work with this energy. Whoops, I put the card back already. So let's just check back in with the flow of this week. We are here today with Pisces, but get ready because the fire is coming. The fire will be here 11:37 p.m. tonight. If you're on the East Coast. So get ready to wake up Tuesday morning with a fire lit under your butt. And I hope that you are able to celebrate the summer solstice and celebrate that fire energy and that sun and solar energy. And then we move into Taurus, earthy. Let's come back down to earth. We were having too much fun. Do you see how like these energies help us to flow? Because if I let myself stay in that fire energy, I would party all day and all night and fuel that fire, and then I'll crash and burn. So Taurus comes in and says, whoa, 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 pulls the reins a little bit, slow down. We can still have fun, we can still have nice things, but let's just like take our time here. And then Gemini is going to close out the very end of the weekend with air and wisdom and communication, duality. You can kind of sift through the ashes, sift through everything that you burned away on the summer solstice, and with that Aries fire energy and this waxing moon energy of shedding. The light is decreasing, we're shedding, we're burning and shedding. Gemini might help us make sense of that, to turn all this ash and muck and figure out what that means. What does this mean? How do I put a word on this? How do I put a feeling on this? Gemini might help us to understand. Air is going to help us to understand that energy. So water, fire, earth, air is the energy for this week. I hope you have an awesome summer solstice. Thank you to the fairies. Thank you to the sun gods. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next week, guys.